The internet just exploded. Atlanta Women just dropped a bombshell on T.I., and the drama doesn't stop there. The moment was so intense, fans couldn't look away. It felt like watching a real-life movie unfold live on social media. It all started when Atlanta Women unleashed a series of comments and reactions that cut straight to the heart of T.I.'s reputation. No sugarcoating, no holding back. This was full-on accountability mixed with raw, unapologetic energy. And as if the tension wasn't high enough, 50 Cent stepped in, adding fuel to the fire, turning an already intense situation into a viral spectacle. Fans online were glued to their screens. Clips of the confrontation circulated instantly, memes exploded, and reaction videos started popping up everywhere. Every glare, every pointed comment, and every subtle jab became the talk of the internet. The energy in that room, virtual or real, was electric. You could feel the weight of the drama in every word. This wasn't just another celebrity feud. It was a clash of egos, reputations, and power, a moment that exposed vulnerability, ignited debates, and left the audience shocked. Everyone was asking the same questions. How would T.I. respond? Could 50 Cent handle the chaos? And what does this mean for the legacy of everyone involved? This is the kind of viral drama you don't want to blink at because every second counts and every reaction is analyzed. The tension was palpable the moment Atlanta Women started speaking. Their words weren't just opinions, they were sharp, cutting, and aimed directly at T.I. Every phrase, every glance, every subtle tone carried weight. The internet could feel it, a moment so raw, so unfiltered, that it immediately went viral. Fans were glued to screens, replaying clips over and over, analyzing every facial expression, every inflection. T.I., normally composed, could be seen processing the barrage of pointed comments. His expressions shifted, a slight frown, a raised eyebrow, a pause as if trying to measure the impact. But Atlanta Women showed no hesitation, delivering words with confidence and a clear sense of purpose. Their energy wasn't just confrontational, it was strategic, calculated, and undeniably viral. And then, the entry of 50 Cent. His presence escalated everything. When he spoke, his words didn't just add to the conversation, they amplified it. The clash of personalities, reputations, and public perception created a combustible environment. Every subtle nod, every pointed remark, every micro-expression told a story beyond the words themselves. Fans online immediately exploded. Clips were shared, commented on, and memed across every platform. You could see the shock, the excitement, and the debate unfold in real time. Every angle of the confrontation was being analyzed, the tone of voice, the body language, and the power dynamics. This wasn't casual commentary, it was a full-blown spectacle of ego, influence, and authority. The energy in the room, whether virtual or physical, was electric. Even the quiet moments carried tension. A pause from T.I., a subtle smirk from 50 Cent, a glance from Atlanta Women, every gesture became a story, and the audience noticed. This was the kind of viral content that didn't need editing. The drama was raw, immediate, and impossible to ignore. Social media erupted. Fans debated who had the upper hand. Some argued that T.I. tried to maintain composure, but the relentless pressure made him appear vulnerable. Others celebrated Atlanta Women's fearlessness, noting how they dominated the narrative without hesitation. 50 Cent's involvement added credibility to the chaos, and his subtle interjections were dissected for meaning. Commentary exploded beyond the original platform. Reaction videos popped up within hours, dissecting body language, voice inflections, and the dynamics of confrontation. Memes and GIFs captured key moments: T.I.'s disbelief, Atlanta Women's sharp delivery, 50 Cent's smirk. Fans created threads analyzing potential implications, reputational damage, industry fallout, and the viral aftermath. The intensity was not limited to words. Every movement, every reaction carried stakes. T.I.'s pause before responding, the way Atlanta Women leaned into the conversation, and 50 Cent's controlled interruptions all heightened the drama. Fans noticed the micro-tension, moments when the atmosphere seemed on the verge of exploding. It wasn't just a conversation, it was a battle of presence and influence, captured for millions to watch. Speculation began almost instantly. Would T.I. respond publicly? How would his fans react? Would Atlanta women continue their assertive approach? Could 50 Cent's involvement shift alliances or escalate the situation further? Every post, comment, and reaction fueled the viral storm, keeping audiences engaged long after the clips had been shared. The situation transcended typical celebrity drama. It wasn't just words, it was a narrative of ego, strategy, and reputation unfolding in real time. Every nuance mattered: a raised voice, a subtle gesture, the timing of each response. Fans dissected these elements, turning the event into a cultural moment that extended far beyond the initial interaction. As discussions continued online, the story took on a life of its own. Fans weren't just observers, they became participants. Debates about who won the confrontation flooded social media, with opinions clashing just as sharply as the personalities involved. Memes highlighted key expressions, while reaction videos analyzed the tone and context of every remark. The virality wasn't just about entertainment, it was about the power of presence and timing in public interactions. Atlanta women had set a tone of assertiveness, 50 Cent added weight and authority, and T.I. navigated a storm of attention he hadn't anticipated. The combination of raw emotion, calculated commentary, and real-time reactions created a perfect storm that captivated audiences worldwide. Even the smallest moments became iconic. A subtle head tilt, a brief pause before a response, a glance exchanged. Fans noticed everything. It was a masterclass in live drama, a showcase of how personalities, reputation, and audience perception collide to create viral content. As the initial confrontation wound down, the echoes of its intensity lingered. Clips continued to circulate, memes multiplied, and discussions carried on across platforms. Fans eagerly speculated about the next move. Would there be a response from T.I.? Could Atlanta women maintain momentum? How would 50 Cent continue to influence the narrative? Every second of speculation fueled further engagement. By the end, it was clear this wasn't just another celebrity moment. The combination of boldness, strategy, and raw energy had created a story that would dominate online discussions for days. Every reaction, every share, every comment ensured that the drama would not fade. It had already become a cultural touchstone, a moment in time where presence, power, and personality collided on a public stage, leaving fans captivated, shocked, and eager for what would come next. The confrontation had barely cooled down, but the drama was far from over. Clips of the exchange between Atlanta women, T.I., and 50 Cent were already circulating online, each frame dissected by millions of fans across social media. The intensity in the room had been captured perfectly, every glare, every pause, every subtle smirk now being replayed, remixed, and shared in a frenzy. T.I., visibly rattled, tried to maintain his composure, but the relentless energy from Atlanta women and the sharp interventions of 50 Cent made the tension almost unbearable. Every word spoken, every gesture made, seemed magnified under the lens of virality. The internet reacted in real time. Fans posted memes, reaction videos, and commentary, each adding fuel to the fire. Atlanta women weren't just making statements, they were controlling the narrative. Every jab, every pointed question, and every confident gesture established dominance. Their words weren't just criticism, they were a calculated display of influence, turning what could have been a normal conversation into a viral spectacle. And 50 Cent's involvement? That only intensified the stakes. His interjections weren't random, they carried authority, insight, and a subtle edge, amplifying the tension and keeping viewers on the edge of their seats. Social media erupted. Clips were dissected frame by frame. T.I.'s attempts to respond were scrutinized. Was he defensive, calm, or vulnerable? Every nuance mattered, and fans were not letting anything go unnoticed. Memes highlighted T.I.'s expressions, Atlanta women's confidence, and 50 Cent's subtle power moves. Hashtags started trending, forums lit up, and discussion threads multiplied. The clash had become a cultural moment, blending celebrity drama, social influence, and viral energy. Fans began debating endlessly. Who came out on top? Did T.I. maintain control, or did the women dominate the narrative? Did 50 Cent help elevate the conversation, or did he push the tension even further? Every opinion sparked replies, reactions, and new threads. The viral loop fed itself, with anticipation building for what might happen next. Meanwhile, analysis on podcasts and YouTube shows broke down the power dynamics. Atlanta women were praised for their confidence and strategic approach, showing how influence can shift public perception. T.I. was dissected, how his body language, choice of words, and reactions reflected both vulnerability and attempts to assert control. And 50 Cent? Every smirk, every pause, every subtle nod was evaluated for intent and impact. The online audience wasn't just observing, they were participating. Fans speculated about behind-the-scenes moments, the motivations driving each participant, and potential future escalations. Reactions weren't limited to just commentary. Users created fan edits, GIFs, and mashups, keeping the viral momentum alive. Beyond the immediate drama, the event sparked broader cultural conversations. Discussions emerged about accountability, respect in public spaces, and the role of influence in shaping narratives. Fans debated whether the confrontation was a lesson in public perception or just entertainment. Each viewpoint fueled more discussion, keeping the story alive far beyond its initial moment. Even minor details became iconic. A subtle gesture, a pause before speaking, or a fleeting glance carried weight. The room's energy, electric, tense, and unpredictable, translated perfectly to digital media. Viewers could feel the stakes, the underlying tension, and the raw emotion, making it one of the most analyzed celebrity moments of the year. As clips continued to circulate, speculation intensified. Fans wondered, would T.I. respond on social media or in interviews? Would Atlanta women continue their assertive approach? Could 50 Cent make another appearance, adding further commentary or escalating the conversation? Every possibility kept viewers engaged, ensuring the story remained relevant and shareable. Reactions crossed boundaries beyond sports and music. Comedy channels, meme pages, and lifestyle creators all picked up the content, highlighting the clash in unique, shareable ways. Even casual viewers who weren't fans of T.I. or 50 Cent were drawn in, captivated by the raw drama and human tension on display. By the end of the viral wave, it was clear this wasn't just a celebrity feud. It had become a cultural phenomenon, blending personalities, influence, and real-time reactions into a moment that audiences couldn't stop talking about. The combination of Atlanta women's dominance, T.I.'s attempts at control, and 50 Cent's strategic interventions created layers of drama that appealed to fans across multiple platforms. The discussion didn't stop. Every new clip, meme, or reaction video added to the story. Fans speculated about what would happen next, creating an endless cycle of engagement. The viral nature of the confrontation meant that even small gestures or comments became magnified, creating additional content and fueling further debate. This clash of personalities, influence, and ego had created a masterclass in viral drama. The story was no longer confined to the original platform. It had spread across social media, podcasts, YouTube channels, and mainstream media, each layer adding new interpretation and perspective. Fans were now part of the narrative, commenting, sharing, and analyzing every detail. As the situation continued to unfold, one thing was certain: the conversation wasn't over. Atlanta women had made their mark. T.I. had been challenged in front of the world, and 50 Cent's involvement ensured that the drama would stay in the public eye. The story had become larger than the participants themselves, a cultural moment that fans would revisit, debate, and share endlessly. Even after hours of viral clips, memes, and reaction videos, the intensity of the confrontation between Atlanta women, T.I., and 50 Cent refused to fade. The conversation had moved beyond the original interaction. It was now a cultural event, analyzed, shared, and dissected across social media, podcasts, and mainstream media. Every fan, influencer, and commentator wanted to weigh in. T.I. remained under scrutiny. Every subtle gesture, glance, or word was replayed frame by frame. His attempts to maintain composure were noted by fans, but Atlanta women's fearless approach kept him on the defensive. They dominated the narrative, showing confidence and precision with every statement. Their energy was relentless, not just confrontation for drama's sake, but a calculated display of influence. 50 Cent's presence added another layer of intensity. His interjections were subtle yet powerful, amplifying the drama without overstepping. Every smirk, pause, or nod carried meaning, reinforcing his authority while escalating the stakes. Fans debated endlessly over his role. Was he mediating, supporting, or strategically shaking things up? The tension created by this trio was electric, and the internet couldn't get enough. Social media engagement reached record levels. Memes captured T.I.'s shocked expressions, Atlanta women's confident demeanor, and 50 Cent's sly reactions. Reaction videos analyzed body language, tone, and timing. Twitter threads dissected every comment, Instagram Reels highlighted key moments, and YouTube channels created compilations that went viral within hours. Fans discussed who won the confrontation, the potential fallout for T.I.'s career, and how Atlanta women had turned the situation into a masterclass of public influence. Discussion extended beyond entertainment. Analysts debated power dynamics, influence, and reputation management in the public eye. Atlanta women were praised for their assertiveness, showing how clarity, strategy, and confidence can shift narratives. T.I.'s attempt to regain control illustrated the challenges of public confrontation, while 50 Cent's presence highlighted the impact of credibility and timing in high-pressure moments. Even small gestures became iconic. A glance, a pause, or a subtle shift in posture carried viral weight. Fans replayed these moments repeatedly, breaking down the dynamics and projecting interpretations. The story became multi-layered, a lesson in influence, a drama-filled spectacle, and a viral phenomenon simultaneously. Speculation about what would happen next fueled ongoing discussion. Would T.I. respond publicly? Could Atlanta women maintain momentum? Would 50 Cent weigh in again or let the moment simmer? Fans debated potential follow-ups, analyzing every interview, social media post, and snippet of footage for clues. The viral nature of the saga also drew attention from mainstream media. Entertainment programs, sports networks, and pop culture outlets all covered the story, each adding a new perspective. The event became a reference point for discussions about celebrity accountability, influence, and public perception. It was no longer just a feud, it was a case study in modern viral culture. By the end of the week, it was clear that this confrontation had lasting impact. Atlanta women's assertiveness, T.I.'s attempts to navigate the pressure, and 50 Cent's strategic involvement created a perfect storm of drama that resonated far beyond the original moment. Fans, analysts, and creators continued to engage with the story, ensuring that the conversation would remain active for weeks to come. The final takeaway? In today's culture, moments like these, where personalities collide in real time, where influence and strategy intersect, and where reactions are captured instantly for viral consumption, define how the public perceives power, reputation, and presence. Atlanta women, T.I., and 50 Cent had delivered a spectacle that would be remembered, studied, and referenced across platforms for a long time. The saga concluded for now, but the implications remained. Every comment, reaction, and share ensured that the drama continued to ripple outward. Fans remained engaged, anticipating the next development and reflecting on how this moment demonstrated the power of strategy, timing, and authenticity in the spotlight. In the end, the story wasn't just about confrontation, it was about cultural impact, viral resonance, and the lasting power of public moments. The combination of fearlessness, calculated influence, and raw human reaction made this confrontation one of the most talked about and analyzed events of the year. The drama has unfolded, the clips have gone viral, and now it's time for you to weigh in. What do you think about the explosive showdown between Atlanta women, T.I., and 50 Cent? Who came out on top? Was it the fearless energy of Atlanta women, T.I.'s attempts to maintain composure, or 50 Cent's calculated moves? We want to hear your take. Drop a comment and tell us exactly how you feel. Did T.I. handle the pressure like a pro, Or did the women dominate the narrative? Was 50 Cent's intervention the perfect touch, or did it escalate the tension even further? Every opinion matters because this isn't just a showdown, it's a cultural moment that had fans talking across the globe. If you're loving this kind of drama, the mix of celebrity, confrontation, and viral reactions, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe, and turn on notifications. That way, you won't miss a single shocking moment, reaction, or viral saga like this one. Share this video with your friends and on social media. Join the debate. Be part of the conversation. The story isn't over. New reactions, statements, and surprises could drop at any moment. Stay tuned, stay engaged, and let your voice be heard. Who really won this epic showdown? Only you can decide.